Okay, so welcome, Maysoon. Thank you so much
Thank
for giving me this opportunity to coach you. I really appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, Maysoon is an interior designer and a beautician living in Dubai. And we met by chance. She responded to my request for volunteers to be coached. And shall we tell them?
Yes,
We ended up finding out.
it's really crazy. We found out we're cousins, actually first cousins, and had no clue that we're both living in Dubai, that our family were so close. So yeah, we all of a sudden discovered she was asking me where I was from. She said, "Do you have an Arabic name?" I said, "Yes, I'm Iraqi, half Dutch." And she said, "No way, I'm from Iraq. My family's from Basra." I said, "No way, my mom was born in Basra." And that's how we connected, and we shared the family names, and then our parents knew each other, knew everyone, and that's kind of how we found out that we were actually cousins.
Exactly. And we're both mixed. My father's Lebanese and my
Yeah.
mom, my mom's side of the family is British, amazing and Iraqi. So absolutely amazing.
Small world.
Small world. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you comfortable with the ways of working that we went over?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start our coaching session. What I will request is for everyone's video to be off, please, and enjoy the session. Hi, Mason.
Hi, Tina.
How are you?
I'm good, very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you coming to the session today?
How am I coming? I'll have to be honest. I'm good one-on-one, but if I know people are watching, I tend to get nervous a bit. Don't ask me why, but that's yeah.
Okay.
So a little bit of anxiety, yes.
And how would you like me to support you with that? What can I do to support
I don't know, just make me feel comfortable.
Alhamdulillah. It's the fact that we're cousins.
I know,
Okay.
that's definitely helping. Definitely, yes.
Definitely helping.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, you're okay with our ways of working that we went over?
Yeah.
And I asked you about how you're coming. Are you a bit more relaxed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So, Maysoon, what topic would you like to discuss today? What's your goal for today, for over the next 20 minutes?
Wow, maybe I can share a bit of my testimony about a bit of my story, how I came to Dubai, how I opened my business here, but then unfortunately had to close down during everything that happened with COVID. We couldn't go to work. We had the overhead going, we had employees to pay, there was no money coming in, all the bills had to be paid, salaries were being delayed, and unfortunately we had to close down the business that we worked hard for 15 years, which was hard.
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, wasn't what doesn't kill you make you stronger. And I did have to take a small break because of the end of our closing. We were still running our projects, so we had a joinery, a factory. So basically, I'm into interior. So we had an interior company. We had two companies. We had the design studio, the designers in Dubai and the IP, and then in Sharjah, Free Zone. We had our joinery where we used to manufacture everything. So most of the designs were by ourselves. We had our own designers. We did mid to high end projects, mid to high end villas, hotel lobbies projects. So a lot of bespoke furniture, unique pieces, which was great. We had a team of almost 50 people in Sharjah, and we had a team of 6 in Dubai. The designers were there. So most of the meetings and design and the product selection, flooring, wallpapers that would have been done there. And then the production was obviously in Sharjah. So yeah, but the whole team were with us about 14 years. So we were like family, really. So it was very rough on everyone. Guys didn't want to leave. They said, "Madam, we will work, till the last day. Even we don't get paid, we're going to stay. You're like our family." So it was very hard emotionally for everyone. and to just see all that hard work slip away. If you know, you failed in areas, but just because of COVID and we couldn't go on site. We had projects in Abu Dhabi that were stopped. We couldn't, cross the border. We couldn't go on site. So yeah, there was like months of no work, and your overhead keeps running, and then you have so many people, that you have the responsibility and care for. So yeah, it was very unfortunate and very sad that we had to close down. And then towards the end of our last project, our designer that was with us for 14 years, I would speak more to him than to my husband. Like we, be working till late at night, early morning hours to finish, to be creative. We always get, designers always get creative at night. There were nights that we wouldn't sleep. And unfortunately, he passed away to COVID. And then, yeah, that came kind of like everything kind of crashed down, and I had to take a small break.
So I hear a lot. There's a lot
Yes.
that you carry,
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
I acknowledge you for being here the way you are today, really.
Thank you.
And take a moment to acknowledge yourself as
Mm-hmm.
well. And as you speak about, I know how much it means to you. The whole thing
Yes.
means to you. That's a moving forward. Where would what would, like, as a goal, what would you like to talk about? Like, knowing this has happened, where do you want to be? What is
Well, of course, I took a break. I had to take a break, and it was good because we were very busy. At times, we were running 5, 6, 7 projects at the same time. And I think I was actually not as productive as I wanted to be because I was basically running different projects. I didn't really have time enough to sit and design and really do the things I do. I was more like a school teacher, making sure that everybody, all the employees were doing the tasks and everything was getting done. So I got back in, being more creative again, but trying to find myself as well. Like I kind of went through a transition of wholeness, to kind of restart and what I could do differently and start fresh. So when my designer passed away, and we were able to get back into the office again, it was just like all the life was sucked out of it. It wasn't the same. So then I just thought about it, and I said, you know what, Maysoon, get yourself together, take some time off, do some rebranding, go under another name. And I just started to journal a lot, write things down. And, whenever you get a second chance, I just thought as a second chance, and to just come up with, new things and really look what I'm good at and what I would like to do now. So of course, it's still my passion is still interior, but also beauty. So I have picked up a product line, new product line, skincare line that I'm introducing to the Middle East.
okay?
So that's very exciting. So we've done photo shoots. So because photography is my hobby.
Okay.
And we did photo shoots with our photographers that we worked with in the past. And yeah, we've still been doing some exciting stuff to get back on my feet.
Given all these new exciting things, and you're working with me now as your coach, what is the goal? You say, Tina, this is my goal. Help me with this. What would that be for you?
Yeah, you see, right now I have a lot of ideas, but I think I do need to stay focused.
Okay.
And maybe coach me a little bit in that area. And I do believe I still need some coaching because it's kind of like a grief, like going through grieving period, to lose everything that you worked hard for 15 years. And it's not everything. Of course, you've built so much. I have a huge network. I'm still in touch with everyone. My clients, because there were longer projects, it becomes an intimate relationship because you're really in their home, selecting things that they like. They trust you with that. And some villas we would work in for 2 years, 3 years. So that's nice. I still have that relationship. I still have that network. So that's good. And now we just come with some new, fresh ideas.
I heard two things: the desire to focus,
Yeah.
and looking at grief. Which
Yeah.
one would you like to explore more today?
Okay, grief is such a big word, but I mean, you do have to deal with what happened. If you don't, it'll always, keep following you around. So I do need to find a way to have peace with it, and I think I have. But yeah, there is some days where I still shed a tear, and I still, look back when we look at pictures and videos from our project. I'm like, oh my gosh, how from all what we had, it's just, gone. But yeah.
So with whatever you want to move forward for the next, like the time we have left together, I would like you to give me a positive goal.
A positive goal is, yeah, like I said, getting back in the game, basically,
So you
right?
want to get back in the
Get back in the game, pick up where we left off. So a lot of my friends and people in my network hadn't heard from me for a while, and I would get a lot of messages, "Hey, Maysoon, are you okay? We don't see posts, we don't see anything going on." I said, no, I really needed this break. I really wanted to have this break, and now that I'm back, I've been back contacting people. Well, and then that's where we met, because we ended up being in the same business network group, which Yvonne runs, and I've known Yvonne for, I think, 12 years. She's big in networking, and I was big in networking as well. We've always stayed in touch through WhatsApp and social media. And when she started the coffee mornings, I decided 2 weeks ago to surprise her.
Exactly.
So I surprised Yvonne, and she actually was sitting with her back towards me, and then she had the long table where everybody was sitting. So everybody looked like, okay, who is this? Is she gonna join the group? And then Yvonne looks back and she's like, oh. So, and the nice thing from that is that you pick up where you left off. And I think that's such a great thing. So in all these years, I've built a great network, met truly amazing, talented people. And I think all of us have a story, all of us, especially through COVID. I think we all went through a transition of, we had to be home, we were forced to be home. I think everybody has a story from COVID. Everybody's lost a lot, not everyone, but a lot of people that I know have lost, family, friends in this time, which was hard. But yeah, I think all of us, have a story, and we can come out of it stronger. Like even now, I see we're joining hands. The coffee mornings are just amazing. There's so much talented people, and you go deeper in yourself, because you actually sometimes we have other talents that we didn't even know about.
Exactly.
So if you say, do you want to pass positive, the positive thing is, I think, is this, that we can connect, that we can share testimonies, and just share and bear and be vulnerable, be real.
Exactly.
Just be real.
So if I can get back to the goal of get back in the game and what you're saying about networking, for our session today, what would give you an indication that, yes, we're moving forward and getting back in the game? What success criteria would you like to experience?
Well, I can tell you, just from these 2 weeks connecting back with Yvonne, and have joined the network, we have done, Yvonne, where are you? I think 4 events. And tonight we're going to have one with you after this session, which is 5 events in 2 weeks. And in these events, we've met people. We've actually already shared business. Today I got a call for a request, and I could help them. So I think this is so good, just to connect and empower each other and help each other.
So absolutely. And when you say get back in the game and you speak about the networking, and you mentioned the 5 networking events and what's
just
happening.
2 weeks. Yeah.
The feelings that are coming up.
Good. I'm just super excited. It did give me that extra boost. Like, okay, wow, you're back in the game, let's do this. We got this.
And since you brought this to the table, and you said, I want to get back in the game, and what is still missing?
What is still missing? I don't know. I mean, I'm back positive. I'm excited. I can't really say there's something missing, but
what needs to be done?
What needs to be done? Well, like I said, I have some issues still, like that I have to deal with, just some brokenness,
Okay.
like for instance, I handed over my office and we were going to work together and it took but then, a lot of times you get used during the process. And I think that was the most painful thing where people, like in the end, people were just kind of stealing my stuff from my factory, my tools and things. But also people that we worked with closely, a few that took advantage of the situation. So I think I just need to give that a place,
Yes.
because I'm quite sensitive in that way these are just sometimes things I don't understand.
Okay. And you brought this now to the table here. How's that? How's dealing with that going to help you move forward? What do you need to do?
Just let go. I think it's just sometimes just let go, move on, and just be positive and take all the good and then try to dump and bury the bad. But you have to deal with it. It is something, or maybe confront the people like, why did you do that? Forgive them. It's not good to carry unforgiveness around. I think that kind of blocks you. It's like drinking your own poison, is what they say sometimes. So that's what I mean. If you need, if there's still some things that you just have to kind of deal with. And
I noticed when you spoke about the networking and there was an excitement,
Yeah.
and then a kind of you mellowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Your face mellowed down when you went. What feelings?
Because that's still the feeling. That's like, yeah, like I feel I'm not all the way up there yet. I'm still kind of in that transition. I'm all excited, but there's just some things that I just have to still recover from, I think. I believe. I don't know.
Okay.
And I think it's important. I can sit and tell everyone, hey guys, everything's fine and dandy and we're gonna move on. That's not life.
No.
I'm just honest and I just
Of course.
want to be real.
But we said moving, get back in the game, and I said what's missing, and then or what needs to be done, and you addressed a very important issue for you. Where are you at with that now? Where are you at with dealing with the things the people stealing, the disappointment? Where are you at with that?
I've given it a place. I accept it. I understand. I can understand, but you have to. It happens. It just happens. Yeah.
But you spoke about it for a reason. What is still in that?
No, I think it's more just it's sad that we had a full joinery. It was 2 floors. We had upholstery upstairs, joinery downstairs. It was almost 14, 15 years of our life there, right? And these guys were like family. So I miss them terribly. They still call me, message me every day. Good morning, madam. We did help them with jobs at competitors, other joineries. And I got a really sweet message. He said, you know what, madam, it's not the same. He said we work, but he said, the love that we had and the bond, because these guys were all together, for 15 years. We started with 4 and we ended up with almost, 45, 50. So it was a close team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my next question is, Maysoon, if it is as you want it to be, you're back in the game.
Yeah.
Who would you need to be?
Who would I need to be?
Yes.
Just myself. And I do believe I came out stronger than ever. And you learn along the way. And there are several things that I think I could have done differently, but really losing the business, there's many people. There's actually a lot of my partners and friends till today, one by one, they're closing down, they've downsized, is actually what we all did, because that's what we did as well. We went to 20, to 28, to 25, to 20, because you try everything, right? To survive. We were basically all in survival mode. And I think many people around the world, and people are still struggling, and they have used their savings and they've used everything until now. One by one, I hear, they're closing down. I had a small job and I checked with my fit out company. He had downsized. He had let go of 15 people. He couldn't even take the project because it was a 3-month project and that we needed 25 people on site for 3 months. He said, I can't, I don't have the manpower.
So you mentioned you would have done things differently. I asked you who would you need to be? What would you have to do differently moving forward?
Well, obviously for something like COVID, you can't prepare. This was a shocker for the whole world. But yeah, I actually don't know. And that's actually a very good question. That is something we could definitely look into and work on.
Okay.
But yeah.
So we would want to know what would we need to do
Yes.
differently.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I ask you if it is as you wanted to be back in the game, what would you need to have?
Capital, money. We all need money.
Okay, capital.
Simple, yeah. Yeah.
So
But I think COVID did teach us. I mean, we had the factory was the rent and electricity, of course, with all the machineries was very high, the bills, everything. Then we have the office in DIP. So if you think now that all that's closed, like to be honest, the office in DIP is not really needed. I have my home office. I operate from there. Clients don't even want to come anymore. So actually the last year I paid rent for nothing. So nobody came. So you can save a lot of money there. And so we've learned to do things remote, like either on Zoom. And people are liking that. So and first of all, you can be more productive because the traffic, as you all know, in Dubai is crazy. Like yesterday, I was in traffic for 4 hours going to 2 appointments, and then you think if you can work from home or, whatever you can manage over the phone and from home and from Zoom.
Okay.
So you do save a lot of money.
So you mentioned something, okay, capital, and then you realized I can do a lot more, even have that less capital.
So you save so much money, right?
Absolutely. Okay. And if it is as you want it to be, what would you need to do?
Well, I still have a part of my team and I'll share the company profile and you'll see my team up there. We actually have much more to offer now. Why? Because these guys are working as freelancers, which is amazing. It helps me, it helps them.
Absolutely.
They can take other jobs, they can work for other people as well. They can be more productive. So instead of being in the office and travel, they can work for 2 or 3 different people. So I think COVID also had its positive thing. And it was a good time to reset the mind and go through this transition.
What awareness? Like you've made awareness, as you mentioned, the reality of people. So you got to know about people, you got to know about the way you've been functioning and how you could save a lot, so there was a lot of things. And our session is coming to a close. So I wanted to ask you, what awareness did you make today for yourself?
Well, first of all, I'm surprised I'm staying so calm. And you made me feel really calm. And I think it was good. It was good to share. And maybe it's good to be vulnerable and real in front of a camera. Maybe a lot of people just keep everything within. But whoever's watching, we all have a story. We all had stuff to deal with, lost loved ones during COVID. I think COVID was a very intense time for everyone. I don't think there's one person that's going to say, oh, I don't have a story to tell. We all have a story to tell. And it's just great to hear people's story and kind of share because you can be a testimony for others. Exactly. Maybe there's things I've dealt with and I can advise other people or they can call me. You guys are always welcome to ask me any questions. So yeah.
And hopefully, inshallah, also when you said, what would you need to do differently? It's something you might want to sit and reflect on, journal on, what is it that I need to do differently?
Yeah, I think journaling is amazing. Yeah. In that time, I had time to journal. I had never time to journal. I was just working 24/7, going from left to right like a crazy person. And actually journaling was just really amazing. It was so good.
Yeah. So we're coming to the end of our session.
Yes.
How would you like to end it?
Well, I want to first of all thank you so much for the opportunity, and yeah, thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you, everyone. And you can come back on. And I just wanted to explain, this is kind of a sample of what a coaching session would look like. If you notice, I wasn't looking at any one of you. The important thing was, paying attention to Maysoon and what she had to say. There was a lot that she wanted to talk about, and we have stories. There's a lot of story behind what she's saying. In more coaching sessions, we go beyond the stories, under the stories, to really see what is happening. Does anyone have any questions for us? If you have any questions, you can unmute and you can come back on camera if you want, if you don't mind the recording.
I just want to say something encouraging to Mesa, that her company might have folded earlier than the others that are now closing down, which means she's had a head start in restarting. And she must
That's
thank
so true.
she must thank the opportunity that she has had time to recover and regroup and recollect and not
Yes.
forget her strengths and to work on that, because she's ahead now of those that are only closing down. So
Yes.
you've got the advantage, really go for it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much. Simone, do you have anything to say?
Well, I have many things to say.
Go ahead.
Well, Maysoon, COVID or the pandemic, it is beyond our authority. It is something not expected, and even huge companies, they closed.
Yes.
So what you have done for the repositioning or rebranding, this is something really good and of really of a value. What I would like to say is, you said that you wanted financial support. Well, actually, the financial support, this is the easiest part. Well, actually, what you really need is maybe it could be psychological support or some source of support that would help you really focus and think efficiently. You see, that's what you really need. And you need to have a roadmap. And I'm a business consultant, and Tina knows this very well. We work together. But you need, definitely, you need to put a roadmap, and with some small objectives. And definitely, life after Corona is different from before Corona. And we need to think out of the box. And we have always to keep aside some extra saving for the unconditional or unexpected events.
Yes.
But maybe we will discuss it later on.
But thank you. Actually,
the reason why I said capital, because I do have to share, we could have done two things, right? File for bankruptcy. Now, these guys were like my boys. I mean, my team. They saw me as their mom. So we took a huge loan to close down. We paid each and every one their remaining salaries. We were 2 months behind on salary, I'll share honestly. But they all got their salaries. They all got their gratuity of 14 years. So, and I'm still paying off every month. So I'm literally living off, my family and myself are living on a minimum because we're paying off these debts, but we did what the right thing to do.
But I just want to wrap things up, because we are in a room where there's another conference, workshop. However, I like and appreciate Simone's input, especially that you kind of highlighted the difference between consulting, which you did, you put your consultant hat on, and coaching, where we would coach Maysoon to actually herself find out what she requires.
Exactly.
It's not something that I would tell her, so coaching brings you to tell, you to find out. So we feel, but thank you everyone. And I kept it within the time frame that I said I would. So exactly. So yesterday is over. It cannot be changed. You're not defined by yesterday. Tomorrow is not in our hands. Exactly. Thank you all. If any one of you is interested in being coached in this way, try it out Thursdays. Get in touch with me. If you know anyone who is interested, please let them get in touch with me. And hopefully to see you next week, inshallah. And thank you very much. Also, if anyone wants a call to explore a coaching concept they want to explore, I can share my booking calendar with you on your WhatsApp numbers. I will do that, and you're free to do so at your own convenience. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.